welcome back. This is going to be a pick a card reading about what you need to know right now. So the pile selection will be in the thumbnail. Go ahead and choose your pile. There will be 2 piles, 1 or 2, and we're going to get started right away with pile number 1. So for all those who picked pile number 1, what is it that they need to hear right now? For pile 1, what do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Someone has made a choice. A choice was made. It doesn't feel like this was you. It feels like someone who you're involved with or connected to in some way. Let's get more about this. Someone has decided to cut something off, something that they've decided just doesn't work or it's not going to work. There's this energy of like maybe this person likes to finish what they start, or when it came to this subject, they were like, I want to finish this, I want to see this through. It's something where the intention was long-term or stability, but it's like every way this person tried, it just didn't work. And so at this point, this person is making a choice. It's like that point when you've put everything you can, you've tried every way, and you're not a quitter, you don't give up, but at the same time, you're like, if I continue to do the same thing and keep trying and it's just not working, I'm wasting my time, I'm wasting my effort. And someone had this realization, like they are wasting, like it's just not working. And the more they try, they could try and try and try, but there's something about the pieces not working, not fitting, or the ingredients not being right. There's something where it's like, it's not something that can be fixed or changed. It's just the fabric of how it is. Like it's just the way that it's made. It's just the way that it is. It can't be something different. So I feel like this person, having made this choice, they didn't realize that cutting themselves off from this and saying like no more, no longer, I'm not going to put more effort into this. This person didn't realize how much of their own personal power they are giving away to this situation until they made the choice to cut it off. So how does this relate to you? If this is, unless you're like, no, that's definitely me that she's describing. But if not, because I'm picking up more that this is somebody else, but that you're dealing with or concerned with for some reason. So how does this relate to you, or what does this have to do with you, and why do you need to know? Okay, this is a situation. I feel like you tried to tell this person, you tried to show this person, and like, this isn't right for you, this isn't gonna work. It's kind of like that really stubborn type of personality where it's like, it doesn't matter what you tell them or what they hear. They have to learn their own lessons. They can't take somebody else's word for it. Like, it doesn't matter if everyone's telling them don't do this, they just have to, so that they can realize why for themselves and not have someone else telling them. So I feel like this person, and maybe you had to let go of this person, and in a way they mirrored that energy, because it almost feels like something, they wouldn't give it up, they wouldn't let it go. And maybe this caused some type of like rift in your relationship with this person, because maybe you were like, maybe you gave them some type of ultimatum, like you choose this thing or choose me. Like, or maybe you didn't say that directly, but it was more energetically, you kind of spoke to them that you couldn't have both. So this could apply to a lot of different situations, but it feels like something where you walked away because you realized you couldn't change this person or get them to see what you're trying to, and you realized it was just going to have to be part of their journey where they went through this, they experienced this, and they came to their own realization that it wasn't for them. And I feel like the reason being is this type of person, they that's the only way they can really learn lessons. Like if they take somebody else's word for it, they'll always have that part that's like, but what if that's not true? What if that's just their opinion? Or what if, like, they always need to know for themselves how it is, because they're like, well, maybe that's your story, maybe that's how it affected you, but that doesn't mean it'll happen to me. So, and it's not necessarily a bad thing that this person wants to experience their own, like make their own mistakes basically, but it can be difficult for those around them who maybe want to prevent them from heartache or heartbreak or just bad situations, and they get involved anyway because they just can't help but need to know. So again, how does this tie back to you? Okay, so I feel like if you wished that this person would wake up or would understand or would finally get it, like what you've been trying to say, what others have been trying to say, whatever the case is, whatever you walked away from because you realized it wasn't up to you, it's like this person's finally having this realization and making the choice that you wanted them to make long ago, or that you knew that they should, but it's like you're getting what you want because this person is finally, there's something about divine timing also. It's divine timing for this person to have this awakening, to have this awareness that they didn't have before. And so you're gonna get the positive results from that. If you were experiencing the negative results from them not understanding this, you're going to be experiencing the positive results from them finally understanding this. So let's do a little bit more. What does pile 1 need to know right now? So this is a new beginning, a new start. You may hear that a lot, but the reason why that's significant is because this is something starting that it's like taking a situation that has nothing. I'm seeing this piece of land that it's just nothing's built on it. It's just a plain lot that someone has bought, and now you're ready to build on it. And it's like there was nothing there. It was bare. There was no foundation. There was nothing to even tear down. And there's something about this new beginning. Finally, it's like something coming from the emptiness. Whatever was empty, whatever was left barren or left like just, again, completely empty. There's something about whatever situation that was for you that it was like on a pause or on a timeout in a way. But it's a situation that feels empty. It feels like it's missing, like it's lacking, like something needs to be built there. Like it's just this fertile land that could grow so much, but there's nothing growing right now. And it feels like that's the area that this shift that this person made, because there's something where you're connected to them, because that's why their actions are affecting you, and that's why their life decisions are affecting you. You're tied to this person in some way, connected in some way. And I think that's part of why you tried so hard to get them to understand, because you're like, hey, this doesn't just affect your life, this affects my life too. And you almost felt disempowered. I mean, in a way you were, because part of your life was determined by this other person that you couldn't control. But in a way you could, but the way that you could was by letting go of control and allowing them to, it's like they also felt this sense of you trying to control them. And so even though you had good intentions, they didn't see those good intentions. They saw it as, oh, this person's trying to manipulate me. This person's trying to control me. This person's trying to boss me around and tell me what to do. When that wasn't the place you were coming from at all, but that's the way this person took it because of their own issues. But all that, it feels like, is being resolved now. And this is what you need to know. And it feels like you already kind of know this. You've been feeling this, but maybe you needed the confirmation. So we have both the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands here. So this is, it's kind of like you guys are in this together. Like one will make progress and pull the other up, and the other will make progress and pull the other up. And maybe you've been doing a lot of the pulling, and you're like, hello, am I ever gonna get my turn to be pulled up, or am I gonna have to do all the work here? And it feels like now that this person has, whatever made them finally have this realization and make this choice that's right for them and right for you and right for the whole situation and everyone involved, they've stepped into their power because you walked away. And then that allowed them to step in their power, which is now allowing you to step more into your power. So it's like this back and forth, like you're bouncing back and forth this energy from each other, helping each other. So as your confidence grows, their confidence grows, and vice versa. And that's what I see is happening here. That's the message coming through for you. So let me get one more to close this up. Okay, 2 came out. This person is going to communicate this. Everything that I'm saying, everything, any other type of readings you've been watching, and like you're not going to have to get it from a reading anymore. You're going to hear it straight from this person. And it's like the wait is over. And it's not that you were waiting around or putting your life on hold, but it's like something that you felt coming. You felt it building up. And this is a confirmation. This person is going to explain all of this to you in their own words, in their own time. But I feel like that time is now, because as they're stepping back into their own power, they're like, oh yeah, of course I can do that. Of course they're really stepping into the person that they were meant to be and that they should be, and doing the things that they should have done all along. And now it feels easier for them to do that. So that is all I'm getting for you, pile 1. Thank you so much for watching. And now we're going to move on to pile 2. So I will shuffle these a bit. And then we're going to find out for pile 2, what is it that you need to know right now, pile 2? Let's see. For pile 2, what is it that they need to know right now? Okay, so something didn't go like you wanted or like you expected or like you really, really hoped for. It's like the direction you planned, prayed, wished for, it did not go that way. There was something that you really wanted to happen and you, like beyond your control, it didn't happen the way you wanted. You didn't get what you wanted. And I almost feel like this pile feels guilty for wanting things. Maybe you wanted something, you didn't get it, and then you're like, oh, I never should have wanted it in the first place. I was asking for too much, or like, oh, it was too big of a thing anyway. That's why I didn't get it. That couldn't be farther from the truth. This is a true case of rejection is God's protection. So whatever it was that didn't work out for you, and you know, this is always a common theme, like if it didn't work out, it's because there's something better, it's because it wasn't meant for you. But that's so true here. And I feel like you need to know this, because there's still a part of you that's like, but what if it could have got better? What if it could have worked out? What if it went as I planned? But it was never going to. And if any further down along that path you would have been more pain for you. Like being pulled out when you were saved, like truly. Like if you would have been in a second longer, it would have been too much. Like there's something about you were pulled out at just the last second before you were in too deep, or before you were past the point of no return. Like you really dodged a bullet. So this closed up a chapter from your past. I feel like part of why this situation was so important to you and so hard to let go of is because it had roots relating to your childhood. Like whatever wounds or whatever you felt like you needed as a child and you didn't get enough of, whatever you grew up in lack, that is what this thing or this person or whatever this situation was, that's what it brought to you. It gave you that temporary like feeling of having what you never had as a child. And so that's why it had such deep claws in you and like in your soul, because it was attached on such a deep level to where it was reaching your inner child, and your inner child was not wanting to let go of this love that it thought it would never get to see again if it let go of. But again, there's something where, although that's how it felt, this is a situation that was not going to be for your highest good at all in any way. In fact, it was going to prevent you and block you from reaching your highest potential and reaching your dreams and the things that you envisioned and seen for your life. But I feel like you along the way healed or partially healed this part of yourself, this inner child wound. And as you healed, this situation became just like irrelevant to your life. And maybe it didn't feel that way, but that's from a spirit perspective. From a spirit's perspective, that's how it was. It was like, they don't need this anymore. So let's see. For pile 2, what do they need to know right now? For pile 2, what do they need to know right now? And there's something about, it's okay if you're still hurting from this situation. Don't expect yourself to just be able to turn off your feelings like a faucet. Like, and maybe you've been crying a lot and you feel like you're over exaggerating, or you're being too dramatic, or maybe you're having these thoughts, like this inner voice saying like, don't cry over this. Whatever it's telling you, you're allowed to feel however you feel. And it doesn't matter if it seems out of proportion. Like, why am I having such a big reaction? Again, remember, this has roots all the way back to your childhood. So that's as deep as you feel it. So allow yourself to grieve, allow yourself to feel whatever comes up, and don't judge it, and don't try to say, I shouldn't be feeling this, or I should be feeling this way instead. Like, truly allow the feelings to come up and be felt, and that's going to be so healing for you. Like, I feel like you just need a good cry and a good night to yourself, where you're just pampering yourself, self-love, and you just allow all these emotions to be released, and your own energy is holding you as you release them. Let's see. But someone needs to know you will be okay. It's not just you will be okay, it's you will be supported, you will be loved. There's something about this situation which made you feel like you will never have love and support if you let this go, if you walk away. Like, you can't get it anywhere else, you can't get it the same or better, but that's not true. All right. I feel like there are many people, specifically, I'm getting 3 specific people, and I don't think you're aware of them. You may be aware of one of them, but it feels like most of them are mystery people or people you haven't met yet, but they're like so eager to come into your life. They're manifesting your energy. They have not met you personally, but they know you already. They know you in their mind. They've been dreaming of you. They're manifesting you, and it's like you're being aligned in the right position to meet these people, and to be able to, like, whatever soul contracts you have with them, to be able to start those or carry them out. And there's a need to tell you there is so much more life to be lived. There is so much more to do, and not in a stressful way, but like in a fun way. Like, this is not the end of your life. This is not the end of anything. This is a new beginning. Like, this is the new chapter. There is so much more life to be lived. Again, that's coming through. There's so much more life to be lived. Maybe you were saying, my life's over. It's over, but only the old life is over. If your life is over, it's because a new one is beginning. So right now, you aren't aware, but you need to be aware that you are manifesting your future in this moment. And part of that is knowing what you don't want. And that is from Abraham Hicks. So if you feel called to, search up Abraham Hicks on YouTube. But anyway, it's like you have to know what you don't want in order to know what you do want. So if you're going through conflicts, adversity, if you're faced right now with a lot of like, okay, that's definitely what I don't want in life, just trust that that is also helping you, because it's helping clarify exactly what you want so that you can get exactly what you want. I always use the example, it's like trying different cakes. Like, let's say you're about to get married and you're trying different cakes for the wedding. You have to try them, even if it's nasty. Now you know, okay, that one's nasty, I definitely don't want that. Once you've tried them all, you can have a better idea of the one you do want, rather than just trying to pick with, by the description of the flavor without even trying it for yourself. So there's a need for you to allow yourself to live and to experience. It's like you think you have to get it right the first time, every time. You think there's like a blueprint of how life should be and you have to check these boxes, but that's not the case. This is a learning experience, and you have to allow yourself to feel okay making mistakes and feel okay falling. And just like a kid, when they're learning to walk, you wouldn't shame them for falling over. That's part of the process, You try to make them feel better if they fall, not worse. And there's a need for you to meet yourself with that same energy, because you're truly creating your future right now. And again, don't get caught up in that and be like, oh no, I'm having these negative thoughts, like I don't want to manifest negative things. It's not that. It's these things coming up, these negative thoughts coming up from your subconscious, ready to be released, so that you don't continue manifesting from that subconscious space of things you don't want. So I'm just going to do one more to close this up. Focus only on what you do desire, and focus on what in your life, even if it's the tiniest thing, focus on what you do like about your life, what is going well. For example, if you go to make your coffee and your favorite mug is the very first one when you open the cabinet, it's clean, it's right there, it's the perfect size, something that small, focus on that. I like this. I like opening this cabinet and having my mug right there. I don't have to reach for it. It's not dirty. It's right there. Like, focus on these things, and what you focus on, you can help build. So again, don't get too caught up in like, what if I'm focusing in the negative? It's just being released. So you're gonna feel some negative emotions, but again, it's just them being released. Focus on all the things that are going right, even if it's just one thing. And at night, challenge yourself to come up with 5 things that happened that day, unique to that day. It can't be from the day before or the week before. 5 things that happened that day that you are grateful for, no matter how small. And trust me, this little practice, it will really help you get into a state of gratitude and get into a state of looking for what you do like rather than what you don't. All right, that is all I'm getting for you, pile 2. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.